Hi guys, I'm Ursula, Ursula Myrie. I am the founding member of Adira. Adira is a survivor-led mental health and well-being service that supports Black people with mental health issues. And Adira is a Hebrew word. It means strong, dignified, and powerful, because that is what we as an organization are trying to do with the people who come through our doors, with our service users. We're trying to give them back the power that has often been lost or taken from them. We're trying to give them back that sense of dignity, that sense of pride, that sense of self in who they are, because sometimes that does become lost along the way on the journey of life. Um, I started Adira about 7, 8 years ago now, and I started Adira because I myself am a survivor of historic abuse. I am a survivor of historic rape and sexual abuse. I am a survivor of historic physical, mental, emotional, psychological abuse. The type of abuse that, unless you're African or Caribbean, you don't know about, that goes on behind closed doors. And as a result of the abuse that I suffered and the trauma that I suffered in my childhood, the abuse was sexual, it was rape, it was physical beatings to the point where my skin would wail up and tear. I was beaten with pots, pans, hoover, telephone wire, broomstick, rolling pin, you name it, fist, foot, everything. On top of that, there was a lot of verbal violence as well. I was consistently told every day by my mother that I was stupid and thick and worthless and ugly and too black. My lips are too big, your nose is too this. Just a lot of verbal violence, all under the guise of religion, all under the guise of discipline, all under the guise of faith. That was my childhood. I started self-harming when I was 7. And so I saw my first psychiatrist when I was 7. I started drinking when I was 9. So by the time I was 20, I was a full-blown alcoholic. I stopped drinking when I was 20 because I nearly died from alcohol poisoning and was told that if I didn't stop drinking, I'd be dead within a year. It took 2 years for me to sober up, and I am proud to say that I have been sober for over 20 years. Yay me. It's been a very difficult journey, because every day, you fight the battle, you fight the thirst, you fight that urge to drink, especially when people are, let me just. Ooh. So yeah, it's a battle being a recovering alcoholic. Because you deal with that every day. But there's a saying that I love that says, they speak of my thirst, no, they speak of my drinking, but never of my thirst. Nobody drinks for the sake of drinking, especially the way I did. There is always something behind it. Then at the age of 25, I got married. Was married to a man who beat me for 6 years through 2 pregnancies. And when I told him I wanted a divorce, he tried to kill me 3 times. As a result of that domestic violence, I was moved to Sheffield from London by police and social services, where I spent the first 7 months in a women's refuge. So in between that, I've been sectioned multiple times. I've had multiple breakdowns. I've been diagnosed with PTSD, borderline personality disorder, a whole high type of whole stuff, lot of stuff to do with mental health issues. That until the age of 30, I didn't realize as mental health issues, because all my life I was told as a child, and by a mother who was a religious nut, that my behavior was down to demonic possession, that I was just a wicked child, I was an evil child, I was a demon possessed child. That was her excuse for scheduling the leaders in the church to come and rape me and abuse me. And that was the reasoning for her physical violence and verbal violence towards me. So when I reached 30 and was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, it was then that I realized that, okay, so I'm not mad, as we say in the Black community. It's not juju, it's not voodoo, it's not witchcraft, it's not black magic. Somebody hasn't put the evil eye on me. I have mental health issues as a result of severe trauma and abuse in my childhood. And that made me realize that almost 100% of the people that I know, whether it's friends, family, colleagues, they all have mental health issues of some kind as Black people. And it's passed off as madness, or it's passed off as demonic possession, or it's passed off as they're just lazy or weak or soft or pathetic. And so that was when I decided, okay, now I know what's wrong with me. Now I know what I think is wrong with everybody else that I know. What am I going to do about that? I can either say, oh, okay, I know what's wrong with me and I'm going to fix myself and off I go. Or I can say, okay, I'm going to fix myself. And while I'm fixing myself, I'm going to go back and find other people just like me, other black people with mental health issues and mental health diagnoses who believe it's based on religion or culture or anything other than what it is, and go and bring them on this journey with me and say to them, listen, you haven't got mental health issues because of demonic possession. You haven't got mental health issues because you're mad or weak or stupid or useless or pathetic, or you're not a man enough, or you're not man enough, or you're not a woman, you're not a strong black woman, you're not a strong black man. It might be because you've got too much on your plate right now. It might be because you're not sleeping enough, you're not eating enough, you're not talking enough, you're stifling all your pain, all your trauma, and boom. That's why currently now, and it has been like this for the past few years, the mental health wards are overpopulated with our people. So Adira was born out of my pain, my trauma, my lived experience. And I wanted to make sure that it became a safe haven for the black community, somewhere where the black community can come and the first person you see is somebody who looks like you. It's somebody who is black, whether that's a black male or a black female. It's somebody who's going to understand you, understand your faith, your culture, your history, your religion, your background, your upbringing. Understand if you've got Jamaican parents who talk to you like, you're an idiot, you're a fool, you can't do nothing. Or you've got those African parents like, hey, see this boy, the idiot, or the crazy, this one. You know, you're going to meet somebody who understands that. What we do in terms of events and things, every year we have a conference where we do a mental health awareness raising around black mental health in the community. Everything we do is targeted at the black community, for the black community, by the black community, with the black community. We have a black women only support group that meets once a month. We have peer support for our young people, because we have a lot of young black kids that we support, because we're trying to prevent them from reaching crisis, prevent them from ending up in the mental wards or in the cemetery or in the prison. So we do a lot of work with black people in the community. So please feel free to have a look around our website. Feel free to leave a comment. Get in touch with us if there's anything you want to know, and we will be more than happy to help you. Thank you.